What's up, lads and ladettes? Today we're going to talk about something. I'm going to rant about something, and you're going to unfortunately have to listen to me again. And, yeah, so I'm just going to get started with my rant, alright? So, a few days ago, Idubbbz uploaded a video called I Miss the Old Idubbbz, and I'm just going to do a quick recap, so if you're not into the Idubbbz stuff, you'll know. Idubbbz is known for his content cop on YouTubers, uh, mainly Rice Gum, Tanamongu, believe Jinx the Reaction Channel. There's a few others in there as well, but overall, he's a commentary YouTuber who would critique other YouTubers, but in a comedic way, and sometimes he would go over the edge of comedy where it would be like comedy and then you got really offensive shit, right? So he would blur that edge, and he he would blur that edge. There's not much else to say about that. He would blur that edge. He would say the N word, the F word. He would string two slurs together to make one. He would say the R word. He would say many words. I'm not going to say those words because, for me personally, all those words are in the same category. None are okay, so I don't, I attempt to not say any of them and, keep my peace. But Edubbbz used to not give a fuck, and he would go in on you if you were an Idubbbz enemy on YouTube. You would get a content chop made on you, and you would just be like destroyed by his video. He would just break you down as a character. It was pretty insane what he would do. Uh, I look back on some of his videos now, and I do you know, see some of them don't live up to what they used to be, but some very well do. Now, over time, YouTube has changed from when Idubbbz made those content chop videos. That was in 2016 or 2017, and just those 2 years alone, YouTube was completely different, and it changed within a year. I've been on YouTube for quite a while, since 2014. I've had a channel, not this one, but I've had a few channels so far, and YouTube was different in 2016. It was just different. You had Filthy Frank, Max Mofo, Anything for Views, Idubbbz. PewDiePie was an edge lord as well. Everyone was pretty edgy with their content, and people would kind of go out of their way to see what they could get away with in the terms of service. And honestly, everyone would probably agree 2016 YouTube was the best YouTube, just overall with content. You had content, you had drama channels, you had rap, you had YouTubers rapping. Stuff was crazy in 2016, man. It was a different time, and there will never be another time like 2016 YouTube, ever, ever. 2016 YouTube was a different breed, and I was glad to witness all of it happen, if not all of it, most of it. And so, yeah, fast forward a few years, Idubbbz wants to kind of, he's growing up. He made Content Cop when he was 27. He's growing up. He's a grown man now. He's in his 30s, right? A big, big difference. And he slowly realized that maybe saying the N word and the F word and stringing them together all day it could probably not be healthy for other people to watch and repeat. So he started making different content and changing his content a little bit, making documentaries on these people, on YouTubers. He made a documentary on Airsoft Fatty, which is a great character. And he made a documentary on Sam Hyde. Now, Sam Hyde is a comedian. He is known for mainly his Cartoon Network show, not Cartoon Network, Jesus Christmas, Adult Swim, I believe. And his show was very edgy. and very comedic. I liked it. I thought it was hilarious. I think Sam Hyde's pretty funny. And, you know, some people didn't find his stuff funny, so they decided to cancel him. And he lost his show that he grinded his ass off for, right? And so now Sam Hyde is pretty much like on his own. He has his own website, his own stream. He's doing his own thing, and he's doing very well for himself. But along came Idubbbz wanting to make a freaking documentary on Sam Hyde, and once Sam Hyde got a whiff of Idubbbz wanting to make a documentary on him, Sam Hyde, pulled one over on Idubbbz and was able to just go nutty mode on this man. He got a fake girlfriend that looked like a coke addict. He got just all his buddies together. They bought an apartment to pretend that was their studio. They made it look trash. They put dead ants all over the table, cockroaches, Monster Energy cans everywhere. The shit was funny as fuck. All right, I really recommend you go watch Sam Hyde's documentary on Idubbbz and Idubbbz documentary on Sam Hyde, because that alone is YouTube history there. And I really recommend everyone watches both just to get both sides, and then you can come to your own conclusion. Obviously, after this video, I'll link both the documentaries in the description below if you're interested. But yeah, Idubbbz made this documentary on Sam, and the way Idubbbz came off is it kind of seemed like he was trying to be like, oh, I'm better than Sam Hyde. Look how Sam Hyde does his stuff. Look what Sam Hyde does. Is this bad or is this good? He does that kind of thing. And Sam Hyde's like, hey, look at Idubbbz, what he's trying to do to me. He's coming over here filming shit, and like I don't like that. I don't know, right? So all of that happens. Some drama between them kind of starts, and a fan base splits in half because Idubbbz kind of changed. Now, is it for the good or is it for the better? We don't know until he made a video called "I Miss the Old Idubbbz," and he's addressing some stuff. He's addressing a lot of things. So I'll get into that video now. Sorry, everyone knows my content by now. It's pretty nutty. All right, my content's all over the place. All right, this is nothing new. I'm moving water bottles out of my way because we're about to get some serious ranting here. All right, I'm about to sound like Alex Jones, but the Minecraft version. All right, Jesus Christ. All right, so Idubbbz's wife, Anissa, she had an OnlyFans, or she still does at a time. I know she had an OnlyFans. Don't ask me how I know. I just know that she had an OnlyFans. And a lot of people on the internet fucking had a field day with that. Now, personally, I feel like, attacking someone for an OnlyFans is a little bit just dumb. But, if you want to do that, go ahead. I'm not going to stop you. But Idubbbz didn't appreciate that much, and he kind of told everyone to stop, talking shit about his wife. And people, I don't know what Idubbbz was really expecting when you say, stop doing this. The internet usually keeps doing it even more. So I don't know what he was expecting with that. But in the video, he addresses his comments made about his wife. He addresses how he doesn't really enjoy the content cops he made and the content he's made. He regrets some of the content cops. He said he regrets all the content cops, and he still hates everybody he made a video on, but he just regrets, making the content cops, harassing them. He believes he harassed people or sending his fans to harass them. He put himself for blame for the fans harassing people. He was just, it was a kind of a sad video to watch because you could tell that he really wasn't looking at himself the way a lot of his fans do and a lot of people who watch his content do, because I'm sure he feels bad for the content he's made, and that's good to have some empathy. He was saying that he just learned what empathy was at 27. I don't know how you just learn empathy, or I don't know how you figure that one out. But I'm glad he's found it out now rather than later. And he's changing. He has changed. He regrets what he says. If anything, this kind of reminds me of just how PewDiePie kind of wanted to change his content when he was getting in the news and people were saying his name, sub to PewDiePie, that whole meme. He changed his content to move away from that. And Idubbbz, he could have gone the same route and done it over time instead of doing this whole big change. And like, this is why everyone's on his ass, because he changed so quickly in such a little amount of time. Content Cop wasn't that long ago. It's not like a 20-year long series. Like, it was like 5 years ago. He made a Content Cop on Rice Gum, and that's where he said, quote, "It's all okay or none of it's okay." And people ran off with that. I personally remember being on Discord and TeamSpeak, hearing everyone saying the N and F word stringed together, and then if you were to ask them, why would you say that, they would give you, it's all okay or none of it's okay type of response. And so when Idubbbz says that he feels like he's the one to blame for, making this word okay to say, right? It is understandable for him to say that, but you can't control your fans. I can't control you. Maybe your parents can. If you're still under the age of 18 in the United States, your parents can still control you. But if you're an adult, you're doing whatever you want to do, man. You're gonna do it no matter what, whether I influence you or Idubbbz influence you. That's how I feel. You're an adult. You're a person. You're gonna do whatever the fuck you want, whether someone tells you to or not to. Right? It's up to your own mind. It's your own life. You do whatever the fuck you want. Does it make it okay? Probably not. Whatever you decide to do, it could be bad. It could be good. But what I think Idubbbz did wasn't terrible. A lot of people are acting like he was a leader of the fucking World War II Nazi camp, when that's not at all what he did. He was an edgelord. Idubbbz was an edgy YouTuber who probably shouldn't have been edgy for his age. Being a 27-year-old man, I can tell that, if I was 27 and I made that kind of content, I would feel a little bit embarrassed. I made some content back in the day that I am embarrassed of. But, that's the thing as a human. You grow up, you learn, you take the L so you can get a few W's in the end, right? That's how I look at things. And, yeah, it's just, it's sad to see Idubbbz feels this way. You can obviously tell he doesn't feel happy about himself in the past that he created for himself, which I feel like is dumb, because dude, Content Cop was pretty insane. You made a lot of good critiques on people. Yeah, you shouldn't have said, the N-word and F-word every sentence at all, even when it wasn't really funny at times, but still, those videos were good quality, they still hold up to time, and you made great points in those videos. That's how I feel, at least. Obviously, I feel like, I'm white, so my opinion's kind of mute on this. I'm just giving my opinion from the YouTube side, I guess. But yeah, I don't really know how to feel about it completely, but like, I'm still a fan of Idubbbz. I don't think that's going to stop. He still makes great content, but you can definitely tell he's not proud of the content that he's made, and he needs to channel that into making better content and just moving forward. You gotta take the L and just move on. I believe that if you really wanted to change, if you really wanted to, move past your old content, why not just do that? Why not just make better content, right? Why you gotta make an apology video about making bad content, dude? Okay, it really wasn't that big of a deal, I can assure you. And it's just, it's wild. The timeline we're in, I feel like, because I would have never seen Idubbbz making an apology video, it does feel kind of like, so I was thinking, like, maybe, like, who talked to Idubbbz to make this video? Like, that's how I felt. Like, it felt like someone told him to make that video. Something seemed off to me personally. It could have just been him feeling bad. It could have just been him not really wanting to apologize, or I'm not really sure, but it just seemed off for me for a little bit. And the part where he talks about Content Cop, and you can tell that he literally feels guilty even making that type of content. And then he goes on to say he's going to unlist it, which I feel like that's all right. You know, if you do want to change, so you're unlisting that content. You don't agree with it. People can still go view it if they want to because it's unlisted, but you don't promote it. You know, you don't promote that type of content and that type of behavior anymore. And I think that's a good way of showing you've grown as a person because you made an effort into somewhat changing, right? If he just made an apology video and kept them up, then it would look kind of bad, right? So yeah, I'm trying to think if I like touched on anything else here. What else I need to kind of talk about? But I think I hit every angle here. Uh, but man, it's just 2016 YouTube was a different time, man. It really was. I can't describe it. You would have had to been there to see it and witness it. But man, it's wild. Um, I personally feel like Idubbbz just with all he wants to change his content. That's great. I think he also wants to make his name more respectful when you Google it, uh, so he can get better sponsors for his boxing events and whatever plans he decides to do in the future. And I think he just wants to keep his YouTube channel up and never to have any issues with the content cops being taken down or striked or anything like that. So it's all understandable. You know, people change, people grow. It's a normal thing. It's human conditioning to change and to grow, to evolve. And uh, I don't really understand I do understand the clowning on Twitter on him. I do understand the clowning in the comments because it is kind of ironic. You know, content cop made a content cop on himself, or you know, it's kind of ironic that Sam Hyde did really nothing to Idubbbz, and Idubbbz goes and blames him for, you know, harassment or whatever this stupid shit with Sam Hyde was. I really don't get the Sam Hyde beef. I don't know why Idubbbz can't just collab with Sam Hyde and be friends, because Sam Hyde said many times that he would love to collab with him. Idubbbz could have killed it right then. You know what? Word. Let's collab. Let's make a killer ass video and forget the past, right? Like, move on. So that's my cup of tea. That's my opinion. Uh, Sorry, just drinking my water here, trying to stay hydrated. But I feel like I've ranted on this enough. It's been about almost 20 minutes, so I'm going to end it here before I bore you anymore. And yeah, check out the Idubbbz and Sam Hyde docs. Watch the Idubbbz, I Miss Idubbbz video. And I think that's about it. So tell me what you think, and I'll see you guys next time.